to NewsWatch Ole Miss. I'm Celeste Lay.
And I'm Ann Locke. We're glad you're joining us. We have many exciting stories to unpack on tonight's show.
But first, I just have to say, I cannot believe that this is my last show. I've been doing this for the last 4 years, and graduating next week just doesn't seem real. Ole Miss NewsWatch has become a second family to me.
Yes, and we're so glad to see you leave. I'm so sad to see you leave, but I'm so happy to have the honor of being your last co-anchor. I love you, Celeste.
I love you too, Ann.
But before we get into our headlines for tonight, it's truly been a beautiful day here in Oxford.
It has been. So let's kick things off with a quick look at the conditions heading into tonight with our weather anchor, Veronica Flores.
Yes, as we get deeper and deeper into spring and closer to summer, those temperatures are heating up. Right now we're sitting at the high of the day, which is 84 degrees, and it's been pretty chill, but a little bit warm that I've noticed. We might have some rain later in the week. Stay tuned for later in the show. Back to you guys at the desk.
A fast-moving thunderstorm tore through southern Lafayette County Sunday, leaving behind a trail of damage and darkness. Winds, hail, and heavy rain battered the region around 5 p.m., toppling trees and knocking out power. As of this evening, over 860 homes, mostly in Springdale and Taylor, are still without electricity. Emergency crews remain on the scene as damage reports continue to come in.
On Thursday, deputies responded to County Road 105 to a report of an unwanted person on the property. 55-year-old Adrienne Brown of Oxford was charged with breaking and entering a house and attempted arson. A flammable chemical was found poured on the front porch, and complainants also reported damage to the inside and outside of the home on the property. Brown was booked into the Lafayette County Detention Center on a $20,000 bond, but had a hold placed on her by the Mississippi Department of Corrections.
As this school year wraps up, preparations for next year are beginning.
Let's hear more from reporter Olivia Moore on the ins and outs of summer orientation.
Students on the campus of Ole Miss are wrapping up the spring semester, but it won't be long before new ones arrive. Soon, thousands will step foot on campus for summer orientation, a program focused on information, connection, and community. Orientation Programs Director Martin Fisher says that a lot of preparation goes into making the orientation successful.
There's always things moving. We've got a pretty intricate system of our student staff, our orientation leaders, and what their role is.
Fisher tells us that things are going to look a little different.
It's going to be rotating peer-led sessions. They're going to have modules that are going to support their experience. Really trying to think about orientation as an experience that is over a period of time.
That peer-led approach is where student leaders like Madison Duvall come in. As orientation coordinator, she helps train and is a part of the team that welcomes new rebels each summer.
With it being my second year doing orientation, I'm just really excited to start the day with good Mississippi mornings with them, and then end the day with hotty-toddy hangout.
Duvall says that orientation is a time for future students to complete important processes such as getting a student ID.
It's really important that we take them to the Student ID Center underneath Rebel Market. They go get their student ID. They're all set for move-in and everything when they come back in August.
This summer kicks off with Honors Orientation May 15th and 16th and continues through the summer until the last offering in mid-August.
Ole Miss is an awesome place, and we're really excited to help welcome this new class of students to our campus.
This is Olivia Moore, NewsWatch Ole Miss.
The Ole Miss yearbook has officially been released and is now for sale. Step inside the lobby of the Student Union to purchase your 2025 yearbook. If you put in a request for a yearbook, you'll only need to pay $20. For those just now purchasing, you'll need to pay $25. Check out this yearbook to see if you made the pages.
Decreased enrollment and poor retention rates are forcing the extended orientation program, Empower, to change its content offerings for the upcoming fall semester. Bradley Baker, the director of the Ole Miss Student Union, said that plans to change the program's itinerary are intended to promote student retention rates. Empower, coordinated by the Division of Student Affairs Ole Miss Student Union staff, was founded in 2015. However, in the past few years, enrollment rates have steadily declined. Last year, less than 100 participants out of the 261 that were registered actually attended sessions. The program is currently being restructured to open up several activities to all students during the Days of Champions Week prior to starting classes. Empower is planning to host pep rallies, running a booth at RevFest, and other various late-night events. Baker states that this shift will focus on increasing student impact with more social and engagement-oriented programming. For more on this topic, head to the Daily Mississippian's website, thedmonline.com.
April marks Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and the Ole Miss campus, RASA, is taking the lead.
From teal ribbons to open forums, RASA is making it clear sexual violence has no place at Ole Miss. Dylan Locke has more on this movement.
For most students, April means warmer weather and the end of classes. For RASA, which stands for Rallying Against Sexual Assault, April is about raising awareness for everyone.
RASA, Rallying Against Sexual Assault, is the student group arm of our office. They do peer education, going around to classrooms, and just bringing awareness to sexual assault and any other type of interpersonal violence that may occur.
RASA also organizes events as part of their awareness efforts, such as What Were You Wearing?, which highlights the clothing worn during the experience, which staff member Jade Campbell says also serves as an outlet for students who need to talk about their peers about their experiences.
Really, our purpose with RASA is just so that students have a peer-to-peer outlet to either come and have a discussion, to just come and meet other students who may or may not have had similar experiences.
The National Sexual Violence Resource Center says 1 in 5 women and 1 in 16 men are assaulted while in college, a statistic that RASA staff member Julian Alinsa says needs to be changed.
Things like jokes specifically, that is what is the loudest to me because it's the most common and most normalized, because people will make very vulgar jokes about sexual assault very passively, like it's just no big deal, but it is a big deal.
The research center also says that 90% of cases go unreported. This proves to be an ongoing problem for men and women alike. With April being Sexual Assault Awareness Month, make sure you reach out to your friends and faculty and use the resources available that the university has to offer. This is Dylan Locke live from the Union, NewsWatch Ole.
Coming up, we'll share the plans of one popular postal company that may risk the jobs of over 20,000 of its employees.
Plus, new research reveals household plastic could be more harmful than we thought. All this and more when we return. NewsWatch Ole Miss will be right back.
Are you looking for more in this world? Are you driven by purpose? Then we are looking for you. The big-hearted, the bold, the change makers. We are the Peace Corps. With volunteers in more than 60 countries, we join hands with communities, live together, work together, transform lives, and serve boldly together. Are you ready to go the distance to make a difference? Then we have a place where you belong. Join us.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu.
We don't have time for delays.
We don't have time for spills.
Next.
We don't have time for setbacks. Let's be real.
Getting the flu shot
helps you fight the flu.
Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
Learn to cough and sneeze with your pal Grover. Step 1. Realize you're about to sneeze. Step 2. Move your elbow toward your nose and mouth. Step 3. Gesundheit. 1, 2, 3. Remember to cough and sneeze into your arm or elbow and not your hands.
Right! No! Bro, but you're not even gonna do anything! Yes, I was! Yes, no!
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. Well, one of Oxford's best events happened last week. Can you guess? Yep, that's right, Double Decker. From amazing art to great food, this weekend was one for the books. Elisa Booker was one on the scene last weekend to cover the event. Let's take a look.
Last Friday, the square was lit up with more than just a few lights. That's right, the city of Oxford, Mississippi hosted their annual Double Decker Festival. Double Decker happens to be in the heart of April almost every year here in Oxford, and that makes it the largest art festival of its kind and the biggest free festival in the state. This arts festival celebrates all things music, vending, and fun. Double Decker has had its pit stop here in Oxford for nearly 30 years now. Double Decker features a variety of musical artists and even some legends. And Friday night was just that. Here, people from all over the state could see musical artists including Charlie Crockett, Ole 60, the Band of Heathens, and The Great Dying. This two-day event also featured many local Oxford venues and food. Here, Oxford residents and more could even take pictures with the iconic double-decker bus, which is where the festival gets its name from. Even if you didn't get a chance to visit the square this weekend, there's always next year with more music and, more importantly, fun. This has been Elisa Booker with NewsWatch Ole Miss.
Well, that's all we have for the local news tonight. So now let's head over to Celeste Lay for all of our national news with The Watch.
Thank you, Ann Locke. The last national climate assessment came out in 2023. This assessment found that climate change is transforming every region of the U.S., with more frequent extreme weather events and other natural disasters having costly and harmful effects. It is mandated by Congress that these reports are produced every 4 years. However, the Trump administration has dismissed all the scientists and authors working on the next authoritative look at how climate change is affecting the U.S. As this next report is due in 2027, Congress is now wondering if the administration will skip the report altogether or if they will pursue an alternative report. The Justice Department's Civil Rights Division is expecting a mass exodus in the next few days. The roughly 340 workers there had until Monday night to decide if they would accept a second resignation offer. Over 100 attorneys have already accepted the offer over the weekend. The Civil Rights Division usually goes dormant under Republican administrations. This time, the Trump administration is converting it into a unit that prioritizes dismantling DEI initiatives, reversing policies on transgender rights, and combating anti-Semitism. Those who accept will be paid through September. About 70% of employees are expected to accept the resignation offer. American households are facing economic pressure as President Trump's administration hits its 100-day mark in office. The Conference Board reports consumer confidence dropped nearly 8 points this past month, falling to its lowest level since the early pandemic days in 2020. Concerns from Americans grow from the economy reaching a 13-year low, with recession expectations hitting their highest point since 2022. Despite recent White House statements promoting economic growth, survey participants expressed ongoing stress about inflation, high housing costs, and job security. New studies are linking chemicals in household plastic products to heart disease. Phthalates found in many household items such as in food packaging, clothing, furniture, and even children's toys have been linked to more than 10% of all deaths from heart disease in 2018. Phthalates exposure can come from breathing in or ingesting the chemical, which is dangerous as phthalates can inflame coronary arteries, which can accelerate heart disease. Experts are saying that the best way to avoid phthalates can include using glass containers to store food, using unscented detergent, and using fresh fruits rather than canned. The well-known delivery company UPS has announced its plans today to eliminate over 20,000 jobs this past year. Although going forward with this plan will cut 4% of its global workforce, the company has stated that the decision is not related to recent tariff changes, but instead part of a strategic rebranding. These cuts will include dramatically reducing businesses with its partner company Amazon by half, which is currently their largest customer. The shipping company is also investing heavily in technology, with plans to convert 400 facilities to partial or complete automation. As plans begin, UPS is expected to close 73 UPS facilities by the end of this June. Industry analysts suggest this move may be caused by the constant change in package delivery as postal companies struggle to balance labor costs with technological efficiency. Well, that's all the headlines I have for you tonight on The Watch. So let's take it back over to the desk with Ann Locke.
Thanks, Celeste. Well, Veronica, before we head into the break, is there anything you can share with us on the weather conditions to come and what we should expect?
Yeah, so tonight we're going to be in the mid-60s and a pretty light breeze. It's not going to be too cold. I mean, especially as it's warming up. We might have some rain later in the week, but I'll get more into that after the break.
A waterfall made of fire. Goats that defy gravity. A turning point in history. A palace carved out of clay. The place where we grew wings. A thunderstorm beneath your feet. An eternal torch and an enduring dream. National parks are extraordinary. So is the support you give them.
Elmer loves to giggle. Elmer's mommy taught him that laughing can help when you have a big feeling, like when you feel happy. Make sure to celebrate when you're happy and laugh it out. Love your mind.
Each year, hurricanes and major flooding threaten cities, towns, and rural homes across the Gulf states. So chances are there will be more storms and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Disaster tips from the objects left behind.
My home wasn't insured, but you can check your insurance policy now to make sure you're covered. Oh.
My savings are lost, but you can put money aside and plan for unexpected disaster costs.
We're lost forever, but you can scan important documents now so they survive.
Whoa. For more tips on how to prepare, visit ready.gov.
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. I'm Veronica Flores. Let's get into these temperatures today. What everyone wants to know, especially as we're heating up. We're still in spring, but it's starting to feel like summer more and more, as you can see with this temperature. 84 degrees. It was pretty warm today. It was sunny. We had clouds that kind of like peeked in here and there, and that humidity was a little bit up, and we had some slight breeze. And in northern Mississippi, we're all in the mid-80s. Everybody's experiencing the warm-up. And then tonight, our low is at 66 degrees. It's going to be partly cloudy, very minimal breeze, but that's what we're looking like for tonight. Here is our radar. So as you can see, there's a storm moving real north of us, but nothing that's affecting us down here. And then something northwest of us that's moving through. But Oxford, you can see we're clear. That's all that sunny, great weather that we've had today. We're looking pretty good. Tomorrow, that temperature is going to stay pretty similar. We're looking at a high of 85 degrees. Another really nice, enjoyable day here on campus. And then we're looking at showers after 1 a.m. So nothing you have to worry about. We should all be asleep by the time that rain comes. This is what we're looking like on our map. As you can see, with just slight wispy clouds above us. I expect that cloud cover to increase, especially as that storm is on its way. Then tomorrow's temperature are pretty similar. Again, we're in the mid-80s, and then Tupelo is really warming up, getting close to those 90s. You know, we're really heating up, guys. It's coming along, and Mississippi weather is definitely going to bring those temperatures up. This is what our week is looking like. Tomorrow, there's a 20% chance after 1 a.m., like I said, and then into Thursday and Friday. Thursday, those showers are going to start in the morning, and then we're looking at thunderstorms after 10 a.m. So just something to keep on that radar when you're headed to class. And then Friday, the chance of precipitation does drop just a little bit, and we're looking at showers after 1 p.m. Saturday, the chances drop even more, and it's still pretty warm, but we cool down a bit. And then Sunday is when we are away from the rain, and we can enjoy that day because it's pretty warm.
Yeah, well, it sounds like a very chill, calm, dead week here at Ole Miss.
Yeah, speaking of dead, I mean, I heard no sports this weekend.
Yeah, there are no home sports at all going on. So you can always cheer on the Rebs for our road Rebs, but nothing here going on in Oxford. But coming up on sports, talking all things from the court to the course. Baseball and track are breaking records. All of this and more when we get back. NewsWatch Ole Miss will be right back.
I got you. Oh, yeah, got him.
That stupid controller froze again.
You're only saying that because you're losing.
Bet you bought the cheap one.
My controller is junk too. Is this even real?
You're spending less, so...
Yeah? We'll just buy it again?
Smart kids.
Who are you?
Or what are you?
Hey, I was wondering if you guys wanted any... OMG, it's McGruff.
Yes, I am.
He's not my Uncle McGruff, the crime dog. He's an imposter. He's a fake.
I am McGruff, the crime dog. He is the fake. And so is that controller you're holding. It's gonna break. And that, Pops...
could blow up in your face.
That's right, Scruff. Let's take a bite out of crime together and protect ourselves against fakes. Like him.
Who says you're not the fake?
Dude, you're literally missing an arm.
You are smart kids. You're smart. Buy smart.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
I'm really tight with my friends. We do everything together. And whatever happens, they look out for me.
Watch. The number 23 Ole Miss Rebels are set to close out their 5-game homestand Tuesday night as they welcome Austin Peay to Oxford. First pitch is set for 6:30 p.m. at Swayze Field. The Rebels are coming off a strong series win over Vanderbilt last weekend and number 17 South Carolina. The Rebs look to carry that momentum into their midweek matchup. The Rebels have won 30-plus games for the first time since 2022. Their 4 SEC Series wins are the most they have won in a season since 2022, matching their combined total from the past 2 seasons. For the Rebels, Luke Hill is currently riding a 28-game on-base streak. Austin Foley has hit a home run in 6 of his last 10 games, and Hayden Federico is 1 stolen base shy of tying the Ole Miss freshman's single-season record of 12 set by Jordan Henry in 2007. Freshman Wes Mendez will get the start on the mound for Ole Miss, while Austin Peay is expected to counter with Garrett Martin. Don't miss it, Rebels baseball is just getting hot at just the right time. Big news out of Oxford. The Ole Miss women's tennis team is rallying to nationals once again. The Rebels have officially earned their 22nd NCAA championship berth and will head to the host site in Ann Arbor, Michigan, where Ole Miss opens against Arizona State this Friday, May 3rd. Ole Miss enters the national tournament with a 15-12 overall record and a 6-9 mark in SEC play. The Rebels are one of 10 SEC women's tennis programs to make the NCAA championships this season. The Rebels are number 31 team in the nation, according to the latest ITA rankings as of April 22nd. Should Ole Miss defeat Arizona State on Friday, the Rebels will face the winner of number 3 Michigan and Youngstown State in the regional championship match on Saturday. The Rebels are ready to make some national noise as they take the court again. Coverage begins this weekend. Go Rebels. The top-ranked Ole Miss men's golf team wrapped up play at the SEC Championship in St. Simons Island, Georgia this weekend. The Rebels finished 10th with a team score of 838, just 2 under, just 4 strokes shy of the cut line. Tom Fisher on Friday as the junior tied a career-low 18-hole score of 7 under par. His 63 at Seaside Course included 2 eagles on his front 9 as he reached 6 under through his first 10 holes. Kai Meeks and Michael Lasasso both shot even par in round 3. Cameron
Tankersley carded a 1-over-71 in round 3 and finished at 3-over for the week. The SEC may be behind them, but the real chase is just teeing off. Ole Miss now turns its attention to the NCAA selection show on Wednesday, April 30th, where the team will find out its postseason fate, including their seed and which NCAA region they will be heading to from May 12th to the 14th. Ole Miss men's track and field ranks number 18th under the latest USTF CCA Outdoor Rating Index as of this morning. This marks the 73rd appearance in the Outdoor National Top 25 out of their 132 total rankings. The rating index is a computer rating system which uses an algorithm that emphasizes individual performances as well as assigning a point value to each individual mark. Bowerman Watchlist member Tarek Robinson O'Hagan currently accounts for 56.38% of Ole Miss's 105.61 points in the Week 5 index. The 3-time reigning national shot put champion set the current NCAA rankings. He matched his career best and the school record he set at the 2024 U.S. Olympic Trials last summer. The Rebels will close the regular season with a trip this week to Baton Rouge for the LSU Invite on May 3rd. And that's all I've got for sports. Follow us on our socials and tune in tomorrow at 5 for more sports updates. And be sure to head to Swayze Field tonight at 6:30 for $2 hot dogs. NewsWatch Ole Miss will be right back.
Uh-oh, young Tommy is smoking a cigarette, creating his own smog cloud. Tommy's up to bat. Tommy smokes because he thinks it makes him look grown up. But watch what smoking does for him. That coughing is one thing. It keeps him from playing his best. You're out! Don't smoke. It doesn't make you grown up. It makes you a loser.
Everybody clunks. But not enough people click. And no matter how good they are at handling their cars, or how well they know the road, everybody's equally likely to get involved in an accident. And without a seatbelt, you're twice as likely to be killed or seriously injured. So don't just be a clunker. Clunk, click.
Find out how to use an awkward silence to help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Legacy isn't just about where you're from, it's about where you're going. So where are you going?
I'm going to be the first in my family to graduate.
I'm going to make a difference.
Just like my granddad.
I'm going to make the bestseller list.
And I'm going to help him get there.
I'm going to win a championship.
Again! I'm going to lock the vault! Hotty toddy!
I'm going to take the next step.
I'm going to bring them to their feet.
I'm going to Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. Build your legacy.
Yeah, so this is the end of the year. Celeste, I know that you're a senior, you're graduating, yes. And this is our last show with you. I mean, it's just been such an honor to be with you guys. You are all such amazing women and amazing anchors, and I love the show. Celeste, how are you feeling?
You know, it's a bittersweet time. I don't think it actually has hit me yet that this is my last show, but it has been an honor to work with y'all this semester and just get to know y'all. I know, and Locke, this was your first semester, and I'm so proud of you. You've grown so much in this, yes. And so I'm so proud to watch you as you continue in this journey as well with y'all and sports and weather, whatever you're gonna do, we'll see. But I'm so blessed to be a part of this, and yeah. I'm really gonna miss this family. Yeah.
Well, we're blessed to have you a part of this family. Oh. I know I watched you as a mentor growing up because I knew I was a freshman, and then we started out, and now you're a senior and I'm a junior, and here we are, and it's coming to a close, but we could not be prouder of you. You have worked so hard. You deserve it all. And enjoy, soak it all in, because this is NewsWatch, and this is NewsWatch Ole Miss. It's real.
You've just been such a good example to me from our first semester doing NewsWatch, and I've loved every moment being your co-anchor. And that's all we have for tonight. Tune in tomorrow. I'm Ann Locke.
And for the last time, I'm Celeste Lay with your latest news.
I'm Kieran with Sports Watch.
And with Stormwatch, I'm Veronica Flores.
Be sure to keep up with us on our socials and tune in tomorrow at 5. NewsWatch Ole Miss, where we keep it live and keep it local.